All right, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. Sorry for the delay because I get a guest today. We Naina, the spokesman for the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone, Mr. Raymond George. I don't try for reach before I come on the air so many times. The phone says unavailable, and I will continue for try for reach because me and been done agree say today. If they come at the program for let we discuss about um the ongoing voters registration because these are the people we supposed to talk to for understand what thing they go on. I will continue for column one way or the other, but that is the situation where we get right now. Mr. Um, Raymond George, now the spokesman for ECSL, and is supposed for Canada program. Now that make a late now is 3:26 Eastern time, when 12:26 Pacific. And I don't try inform they just the unavailable. The number is unavailable. And I don't know what thing they go on, but hopefully we go able for get a hold of him and ask him some questions about the voters registration. That's not the thing we want for discuss today because today is the 1st of October. But by Wednesday from now, um, the voters registration is supposed to end. Then the the ECSL get for determine whether they get for extend the the registration process because of the technical problems then we been they go on with the voters registration. And I believe say there is a necessity for make them do so because it not go tell well for democratic process na salon if um based on the technical problems then we been they go on throughout this process, then ECSL say, well, you know what, I don't think say it necessary for extend this registration. That is not a good idea for any progressive person. So this now one of the things we have been one for talk to. This we uh, we spokesman and see how that go able for give we a clue. So many questions we are supposed to ask Mr. George Raymond George, but um since I not able to get hold of am up till
This
now,
process,
let me see.
then
I dey continue for talk to am as I dey try for send out their notification here the different groups them. Um so let me try again as we dey talk about wetin dey go on within um this voters registration. First of all, most of the things then way I get for talk now am some of I don't understand certain things and they say the voters registration they go on. Well, people are registering, but the expectation is not too high, or the turnout is not um, it not reach the expectation, especially in some part of the country. And in fact, now Kenema, we see say the city council of Kenema, therefore make an abrupt um declaration for say then they shut down businesses, some kind of I don't know, a mandatory for the businesses then for make they not open today so that everybody they go register. Um, one of the spokesman for the city of council, the city council of Kenema, come out and say, well, this particular move we didn't take. First of all, i- illegal. Then see the turnouts na Kenema district. I think Bo also do the same thing. So if you look at waiting they go on within this voters registration, you go find out saying the problem is not only secluded to the north and west of the country, where that the stronghold of the um the APC party, but also at the south and east part of the country. And that is very, very telling. So this already don't creates the necessity for ECSL for to extend this process. Maybe like another 2 weeks or so, maybe 1 or 2 weeks or so that people where they not register it, then go still go in and register, or the one them we been go for go register, but because of the technical problems, then we the ECSL self creates, because we all know say the first day of voters registration there was a massive technical failure on the side of the ECSL. This not to the people then we go for go register and then cause the problem. This now a problem caused by the machines them way the ECSL go purchase. And I don't know, in a transparent system, after this particular process is done, therefore being look at waiting cause the voters registration machines for fail, and try for rectify that problem there. But not only that, accountability is also very necessary for whole the people them we go purchase the machines them accountable. And not only the machines problem, even the training officials then way they administer this process, according to some of the the information we will get, they're not trained to the extent for know exactly how the machine and then they work in a more um you know detailed way. So all them here now a failure from the ECSL. That is why some of we they call on the ECSL, in addition to the APC party leadership, we don't already request for the extension of this voters registration for make then 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 extend this registration process, because um it go only make sense if everybody we willing for go register. Yeah, right? It makes sense. So these are some of the things we want for talk to Ray George, we are the spokesman for the ECSL. Me and him talk a couple days ago, and we be not set everything together. In fact, some of us seen the flyers then we come up, but at the calling number, it is just the same number unavailable, and I don't know whether it is on Sideway the network, or a phone number
Hello?
is off. Hello,
Yeah?
Mr. George.
Yes?
Hey, I did do. This na Dr. Mankota. I don't call today. Forget hold of you.
Oh, okay. Now the timing, now even almost night now, yeah.
Yeah, saying at 7 p.m. Almost o'clock, they go to Nana, it's 7:35, right? To Nayanda.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so since 7 o'clock, I don't dey try for reach you. They say number unavailable. In fact, as we dey talk, I did na the program right now. I don't know if you get chance. I like now 15, 20 minutes. Let just ask you a few
No
questions.
problem, no problem.
Oh,
Now go
that's
on, now go on.
oh, that's good. Thank you very much for taking this wonderful call. Um, but first of all, I just want for make you introduce yourself, because at the first time this for Cam at the TPN, Albert Masakwa been on the can at this program when he been be the spokesman for NEC many times 2017, 18, he been the can for Calm Discuss. So you know the first time this we go once for we listeners them or we viewers them for make them know whether na re judge.
Okay. Good evening, Sierra Leoneans and listeners around the world. I am Raymond A.N. George. I am the Director for Media and Communications for the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone.
Yeah, so yeah, Mr. Raymond George, thank you very much again for that brief introduction. Um, we know say we get a lot of questions then we get for ask you. The first question is how the voters registration process they go on.
Okay, now the registration process come about when the president of Sierra Leone in March 2022 make a proclamation that we will be collecting data. We will collect data for people who go on for vote now the 2023 elections. We will come up on the 24th of June 2023. And it will also proclaim the date. It say it will start on the 3rd of September and it will end on the 4th of October. Indeed, the commission as at that time start for work modalities for ensure say the process go on the date we they don't announce. So the first and foremost is that we first of all look at the number of centers the way we get. We will get in 2017 3,300 centers. So what do? We increase them by 10% because people may complain plenty one. Say the distances to the centers them far, and then some centers then they will be overcrowded, and some areas then they will a new settlement, and they would need a center for themselves, So the commission will meet and decide to increase the centers by 10%. Where means say for this registration exercise, the number of centers increased from 3,300 to 3,630 across all the 16 electoral districts in Sierra Leone. Now, we will also go about for do the procurement of the equipment they will for use for capture the data. And after the procurement process, based on the resources were available, the commission will decide to carry out the exercise in 2 phases. We mean say the first phase, the schedule will start from the 3rd of September and it will end on the 17th of September. We will get 2 days interval where within 10 and they will be able to upload the data the way we don't collect for the first phase and transfer them to we central server. And then we create a backup of the data. Then we also use that period to move the machines them where we procure 2,000 voter verification kits, where a specialized laptop with accessories such as fingerprint scanners, and we get also cameras we attached to them. So then the kit get a capacity of 2 gigabytes memory space, which means say we will take all the data where we get for every Sierra Leonean we in naming the civil register, because that database that we use for generate the register. I will come to the technical processes later. So after that, we also start the second phase on the 20th of September, and we are very close to the closing stages. Therefore, the second phase will end on Tuesday, the 4th of October. Now, when we actually get within our database, everybody will be registered as Sierra Leone, and we will be 18 years as the 24th of June, on the day for polling, 24th of June 2023. Now, the process is like this one. When you get to the center, all you need for going, Now, a registration slip, any of the registration slip where they been given an NTRA, if you name it in the database, we use a search parameter then within that receipt day, we'll be able to trace your details. If you not get them, if you go to voter ID card, you pass the voter ID card. We can also use the voter ID card number for trace your details within the database. Or you can go with your telephone number where you be used for register in the last registration process. Then we will ensure they search for you and then they read out your details to you if you name them in the database. When they read out your details, you'll be able to verify and confirm. Say yes, those details for me correct. These are the details indeed. You will get your name, your surname, first name, middle name. You get your telephone number. You get your parents' name, your mama name, your papa name. Then if you address, you don't change them. Yes, they can update your address for you. Then when they don't read them out for you, don't confirm, say yes, your details are correct. When they allow you to put your fingerprint, that is where you use the fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint, they justify that you were there before them, now you details them now and in the way all correct. Because there's a fingerprint already in the database. If the two fingerprints they match, then the system will show you a tick which are correct. They will tell you, say, at that point, then the machine they move your information or your data from the civil registry or the database where we get into this voter register. So in other words, the VVK, that's the voter verification kit, that in they actually generate the register. But if somebody comes, when a name not be in the database, it not be registered. Like somebody in the diaspora, they come for the first time for can register. Now Sierra Leone, where we saying a first time voter, yes, that's then you go first to the voter verification kit, then search for your name. Series of names that will come up with all get a similar name. Then you will put your thumbprint. Where you put your thumbprint, if any of the names them match with your personal details, yes, the machine will display them. But if the machine not get your details inside there, it will show you a blank screen. Which means say your data not there that the database where we use. Then it will carry you go to a second machine where the voter identification unit, that's the VIU 820 kit, where they will register you now, fresh registration, capture all your details them, then they will give you a registration slip. Once I don't confirm, say yes, waiting and enter for you correct, they will give you a slip where the machine they generate. That slip then now you go back to the voter verification kit, when I then go use now for place you into the voter register for the center. Now we also get documents them where we can accept. Supposing you go to the machine, then the law say if the registration officer doubt you. If they doubt you, one, because we go ask you if you're not Sierra Leonean, or two, they go doubt the first time person where it's a young person, they go doubt if you go 18 years on the day of polling. So it can doubt your age, it can doubt your nationality. Then they will ask you for come with one documentary proof. And then documentary proof then they, according to the laws of Sierra Leone, now the following. One, the Sierra Leonean passport, the previous voter ID card, a national ID card, certificate of registration from NTRA, or a valid Sierra Leonean birth certificate. Now, if you don't get them at all, they will still ask you for go and come with non-documentary proof. And the non-documentary proof will include a pastor or reverend, the imam or a sheikh within the community, or you can come with a counselor or head of educational institution. When they come, they will allow them to fill a witness form for you, where will attest, say yes, they know you, and then will guarantee for stand for you, say, on the day of polling, 24th June 2023, you go down 18 years. And we make it clear to them at the form, say if for any reason anybody come with proof or evidence for show this particular post we can stand for, a no go 18 years at the polling day, then intercept liable for commit the same offense as the post where the car for can give the false information. So with that one in there, we can allow people to go through the exercise. And also, we don't get the two press conferences. And we agree, say yes, there were challenges in the first phase. And indeed, those challenges have been addressed. And we also make sure that we get what we call the 838 toll-free line, where people may call where they have difficulties, where they have concerns, where they have questions to ask, or they need contribution to make for the system or the exercise come out fine, then they call. We set up a situation room where people they from 7 a.m. in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening, they make sure say an hour after the closing of the voter registration for the day, people in the call and then engage their concerns and then address them as and when these challenges they come up. We also want to be grateful to NATCOM, where they make that 838 line day available to all Sierra Leoneans across all the networks in Sierra Leone, save the following networks: Orange, AfriCell, and QCell. Then we make people the call and we address issues them as and when they raise them. Then we also been get figures who been give for the first phase based on 80% of the centers them where we been don't get right throughout the exercise. So at the end of phase one, yes, we be able to capture a total of 1,345,176 based on 80% of centers reporting across the country. So far, we are satisfied with the process, and we commissioners them go around and ensure say they get interface with the party agents, they get interface with the staff, they also get interface with the observers them out in the field. We are expecting them to be back this weekend, and I'm sure say by Monday we will get a commission meeting, and then we'll discuss issues that we arrive at the monitoring exercise, and I'm sure they will come up with a decision. Now there was a circular going around proclaiming that the commission don't add 2 days to the exercise. That is fake. It is not coming from the commission, and the commission outrightly make the public know say that's not a fake document. If the commission want to communicate to people, it will be in the form of a press conference or a press statement that is signed and stamped by the Chief Electoral Commissioner. That one day that somebody put them out, not to the commission, it come out for. So the exercise we expect to end on the 4th of October, on a Tuesday at 5 in the evening.
Thank you very much for that wonderful summary of waiting the gun. There are so many questions, but before I even ask the next question, I just want to remind we viewers then say, una know the culture I am. If you get any question, put it in the comment section. I go ask the spokesman for the ECSL, if you're able to answer that question, he answer them. Mr. Spokesman, thank you again. The first thing you say, the database only get a size of 2 gigabytes, right?
Yes.
You not think say it's too small for that one day because una also they upload graphic like the documentation where the people that then they present, una they upload them at the same database.
Not just a transfer, as I say. Inside every laptop who they use.
Oh, okay. Now this is the local disk.
No, listen, we procure 2,000 laptops.
Okay.
These are with voter verification kit. And the database where we get, they not for every Sierra Leonean.
Okay.
Now for every eligible voter, that is those that are above 18 and those that will turn 18 on the day of polling, and then database inside it. And every machine across the country gets the database of every eligible Sierra Leonean within the civil register, where will be 18 years on polling day. So it means if voting in 18th birthday fall on the 25th of June 2023, you name no Gudidi. The cutoff date is the 24th of June 2023. So the 2 gigabytes able for take that data day, and all the two they do now for just make sure that we transfer the person in detail from the database to the voter register.
Okay.
And that only they be done when you put your fingerprint and your fingerprint align with the fingerprint inside the database. Then the machine will show you a tick, a correct. It will show you say all things correct. Then at that point they transfer the information. The machine they transfer. And also they go around and back up the data. So we can back up them into a hard drive, then we transfer them into a central server.
Okay, yeah. So what you try to talk about is this 2 gig is only for the local database within at the laptop, and when a kind of a placeholder. After sometimes when the registration done maybe a day, then when at the transfer na the vote na the central database we hold the voters registration, right?
We get a central server.
Yeah.
We be able for okay. I'm sorry, that's 2 terabytes. Sorry, not 2 gigabytes. 2 terabytes.
So okay, now okay, yeah, okay. 2 terabytes is okay. That's good. Yeah, that make have been just concerned because 2 gigabytes is too small for.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry,
all right.
Terabytes. Yeah.
Thank you for the clarification. Now let's go to the technical problems we happen. I know say you don't explain briefly what happen, but I believe say when the machines here then come, on have been test them first before ever the first day of registration, right? What actually happened with the technical problems we will not been get the first few days of registration?
Okay, now the machines then go out into the field. Now we'll be able for charge, as I said, 2,000 machines. We open half of the total number of the centers them across the country.
Mm-hmm.
So if you turn half of 3,630, you will get 1,815.
Yeah.
Now what do? We send 1,815 VK machines, the laptops, to every center. Which means we also get a buffer of 185. Now we also send 10 machines for day as buffer machines at every district. We get 16 districts. So we get about 160 of that 185 ready that the districts are standby. Then we also get that the national database, the remainder. Now what happens, so machines go into the field when the laptop fully charged, it will work for 8 hours. In addition to that, we also procure what we call solar generators. Now, they're solar generators, and we ensure we send them out for let them go use them as backup for the charge the machines them. Now, it was so unfortunate that we get what we call externalities. You know, things the way the commission will get control over. Like if you talk about the portable solar power generators, then we send out 1,850 out into the field. But again, these solar panels there would expect for charge the generators, then the generator in turn for charge the laptops. Right?
Yeah.
So we been get a plan. If we receive laptops them, then we decide to upload the data them into them. When they upload them, we're also able to power some. Some of them we're not able to put them for get enough power charging because the August 10th confusion.
Yeah.
We make even some of the staff they the work, then get for go evacuate them under top security for pull and come out. Now we center in our Wellington. So we did some days them we're not able for access because we been get this the thing will continue. So after the program, the August 10 subside, we decide to come now and do deployment. So the machines then go out, they not be fully charged.
Okay.
Then the solar panel will then go in. The first 2-3 days that the exercise now rain they come, they never pull the solar panel and say for put about. So we didn't get problem with power. And we can't to like First World War this way, all side light safe. So side the light study, the sea light safe, or so we've been getting challenges indeed. But straight away, what do? We make the higher rent generator. We send fuel out at the field to the staff them, where they be able for they charge the machine them using their rented generators indeed. But later, now the first phase, no more than did indeed. Because when you charge them full net, you get good charge. You kind of morning, it work for 8 hours. Then later, they try for 50 how they can augment the power. Then we also get a challenge where, when you get new machines, the staff them, they're not being too acquainted with the operation of the machine. But with time, the people they say how they're slow, they know they work well. Yes, but with time, we find out say the system begin move faster and they begin process as many people them as they can process for the day. We also get, you see the first 2-3 days, we may get problem with the software. Now we've been put inside the software for let it capture 18 years. Not taking into cognizance that there should be a cutoff date. Because it's somebody 17 years now. But by 24th of June 2023, go down 18 years, then the machine for capture at the current age where it is. When we say for be 7 years a month. So we skip that cutoff date. But when we realize that, straight away, we go back to the software developer and explain the problem to them, then update the system, then we escalate them into all these states. Now, it go in this form. It was from the software developer. We produced 16 patches. They call them patches because the patches, they put them inside they put the patches inside the hard drive. The hard drive, them, we 16 of them, we send them to the 16 district. Then the 16 district, then put them into 447 word coordinators, the memory stick, the USB drive.
Okay.
Now, how they do them? You go to the center because each word coordinator, if you get 2 center under your control in the phase, you just go to the 2 center, you shut down the 2 laptops, the VVK, you shut them down, you insert the USB drive, then you restart. So you restart the computer, it will pick up the update. Computer it can tell you say the laptop is a restart for update. So when you update now, you find out say the system become updated, then they begin capture now those who are 17, but will be 18 on the day. But it was just about the first 2 or 3 days within the first phase.
Okay. All right.
And that problem we were able to solve them.
Okay. I get a few questions where the viewers I know I go interchange my own question and the viewers the question. But before I go to the viewers' questions, let me ask you. So, is there any possibility because of them 2-3 days where you talk about where we'll get technical difficulties that ECSL go extend at least 2-3 days or even a week for make sure say they make up with then small technical problems and the way it happened the first few days of the registration.
Okay, now the law, the Electoral Public Elections Act, as amended in 2022, it makes provision for the centers to be open in 15 days. That is why in the 2 phase, we ensure say each center is open for 15 days. Now, similarly, so it makes provision for enlargement of time for the commission for extend immune time. But people therefore know that the commission is an independent commission. Independent in the sense that the Constitution of 1991, Act number 6 of 1991, that in under independence is said in the exercise of any function vested upon it by this Constitution, the ECSL is not subject to the authority of any person or institution. Now, based on that, the Commission also gets within itself the law which gives the power for extend the time or ask for enlargement of time. Now, the Commission don't go around. They don't go around, they don't go assess. Both the first phase and the second phase, they go around. And as I say, they will meet on Monday and come out with a decision for a large time. But what I want to be clear is that nobody not get the right to tell and say, Papa, you for open or extend the center. And therefore come and see the need and come to the public for getting the justification why.
Okay.
Then, as you say, if some center are not open for 15 days, where the law say for open for 15 days, yes, the commission can come back and decide, say yes, because we miss some aspects of 10 days then day. Yes, we can do back, we can give them the number of days with a loss. Or based on the fact that we get people the way there's plenty way not being able to go through the exercise. Yes, we can come back and ask for an enlarged time. But you don't say voter registration, not so compulsory in Ecsl. And for vote, not so compulsory. If people in there were then at the center on the last day, where they're not able to register because of their net don't come with the commission will think of the one in it. But it's not people they host, they're not come out. We don't know whether the one for can take part or not. It is voluntary. So until we see the need for let the commission enlarge the time, then that's to be considered.
Okay. So George Orwell, one of we viewers, he said, Doctor, can you ask Mr. George if they invited political parties during the orientations process of staff before the voters registration started to verify the functioning of the laptop they procure?
Now, we meet with political parties fortnightly. We get a platform we call the Political Party Liaison Committee. It is a committee where political party leaders them, and then they did the hierarchy, and then executive members in the stand for that meeting. And we always they plan with them. We always they tell them waiting at the activity and how we hope to go about them. We also they accredit political parties. We have 17 registered political parties. We accredit all of them. So them get people in at the center where they serve as agents for them. So all of things that take place within the commission and the activities that they take place out in the field, they are okay with it. Then they go there, they know bottom, and then they take part actively. So every week, in fact, on this coming Wednesday, we get a meeting again with them. We meet with them every now and again. And it is an inclusive process, they're all involved, but ECSF know now what's in the apple. The only party that we get agents that were visible like the centers they was they go around. You will see now just the two main political parties. But we accredit all get accreditation on 17 registered political parties. We get 1,815 centers, and each political party they count 2 agents per center. Which means they get 3,630 agents per political party where they all over the centers there. And we also get what we call supervisors. We also accredit supervisors of the political parties there. When then they go around for make sure they coordinate the activities of the party agents there. Then we also they give to the executive of the political parties, both at district and region and national. So we get them involved in everything we do.
Okay. All right. So Usman Bank say why the problem of first-time voters up to now, you people did not allow them to register. So what did they try to talk about? There is this information where they go on saying ECSL no they allow first-time voters, even if some of them we not say not to everybody we born as alone, we get birth certificate. And some people them according to what you don't explain so then they come with then school certificates for make them see whether actually they turn 18 before the election or they don't turn 18. So this rumor they go on say most of the first time voters they not allow them because of this issue of birth certificate and other technicalities. Is it, can you comment on that?
Okay. All right, thank you very much. This first time voter issue, we can take them there into now, when we say first time voter in Ecsl, that's somebody we know one day vote now the system now, no one day vote. it involves two categories of people. One, the person where the old 13 years by 2017. It be old 13 years. Then now, if you add 5 years to 2013, that's 2023, all right? 2022, right? So if you add that one, that one will turn 18 years. It cannot be both 2018, okay?
Yeah.
Because by then it be old 14 years. Now, if you add 5 years to 20, that year 2018, and 2023, we mean say at that age, this is the first time it can be part of the electoral system for vote. It can also be somebody who don't in the diaspora from ever can Antonia for come vote Antonia,
yeah.
But it will come out now and can take part in the election for the very first time instead of first time voter. Now, what will be happen in 2017? We've been registered all the one that we go be 18 years. As at 23rd March 2018 will be older last election. After we all register done, NCRA been going at their schools there. When they go register their school picking them. And people there will have been non-Sierra Leonean. NCRA also come back in 2020, then do what they call confirmation. Then they capture the one that will been come back and do the still register. Now, which I tell guy for bill law, and for let the people they know say the first time voter intercept again that two people two sets.
Yeah.
First way in name day at the database because I have been going around for go register them underage and non-Sierra Leoneans them 2017 and 2020 then data day at the database go with the top for two. Taking that voter verification. Now, if that person there, it come with the NCRA because it's not a voter ID card, you cannot be ever vote. They not be then the voter register, so you don't get voter ID card. But if you come with the NCRA registration slip, they go use parameters and the exact parameters inside that receipt there, when they go use for send you details there inside the machine. You don't need birth certificate, you don't need 40 for car attest to you say this person 18 years old because you details stay inside the system. Then you go to print, straight away, you're a first time voter, you go to the voter register for the first time. You also can give you telephone number. What you been give, they tell you they register you. Then your details will come up because you want to get a telephone number. Then your details will go. Now, what will be happen with them category of people there? Some man, they tell you they go register and have been 14 years of age. Now when they come for can take part by this system, they go 18. They don't forget the name will be used for register. Because when we say Sierra Leone, we get host name, we get school name. And then picking the be registered, giving them 10 and they the parents are not in it. So we get similar cases there where somebody will come, he say me, I mean Matu, and in real name na Maria too.
Yeah.
So this they go search the system. They come out and go start telling you the It's okay when I put Matu allergy. Matu allergy, then I provide him. Because in a Matu, sometimes 2 or 3 Matu then are the post. So they say this is a Matu allergy, this is a Matu John, and they give them by the papa name. So when you ask and I'll say, you just say this is your name, he say, no, well, they are going to take the birth certificate, can we go take and come, waiting the Maria to Tennessee. You see, so, but the minute they tell and say, go carry that document the way you get, they will take us and don't turn it away. No. You see, that been the apple category of people. Then the second category, that's somebody where instead of first time voter, but not be registered at all. So when you go, the law say when the registration officer is in doubt, if he doubts your nationality or he doubts your age, say you're not going to be 18 years on the day of polling, when at 24th June 2023, they will ask you for go count with 2 things. 1, documentary proof. 2, non-documentary proof. You see that is one proof say you details, your information not there. That the voter verification key, that database where we extract. You didn't do it at all. Then they say, okay, go do fresh registration. Then they send you go to another machine where the voter identification unit. Then now you get for proof 1, your age. You also get for proof 2, your nationality. But the law say now when the registration officer doubt you, you not go look big person wey come out overseas, you don't come. He say I doubt this person for 18 years. But are they small picking them?
Yeah.
Then they bring a small picking and where the person will say, you say this one I doubt them. He say can't prove say you will be 18 years on 24th June. Then the person will say I don't get birth certificate. If you don't get birth certificate, you don't get passport, you don't get NTRA slip, you don't get nothing, you don't get. He say go spend first year we can team up for you as non-documentary proof. Go bring counselor, go bring you reverend, go bring the imam or the sheikh, go bring you head of institution. And if they come, they fill the witness form, yes, they will accept them. But when you come, when you tell and say, hey, this one is what you come tomorrow, people can talk, say, this person, you're not going to see anything and show proof.
Okay, so
you see, so these are the problems that we get. But as I tell you, there's no need for car with birth certificate. If really the registration officer will doubt you, you don't need for car with birth certificate. If you get a thing at the system, you see, some man that the name where he take register, I don't remember again. Some man the phone number where he take register, he don't lost the phone. In the car now, the current phone where he get with on both of them, get new phone, that number they give. Then you search, you know they see him, you search, you know they see. You see, so now when the electoral officer doubt, that's the law says, when he doubt.
Okay, so Ibrahim Sori Sita say why the patch management wasn't done remotely. I think this question is a little bit too late now because we didn't at the end of the process, so maybe. But what is the time for talk about? There is a way you go able send the patching remotely from the central server to all the laptop them. But I don't know if you want to answer them or let we move on to another.
No,
okay.
The laptop, they know the manual backup they do.
They not get internet connection.
No, you know the internet connection they out at the field.
Okay.
So what do they do? As I say, that response they not even take 24 hours. Because now from the server, the service, the software developer to 16 districts to 447 ward coordinators. And it was so fast. If a ward gets 4 centers, now 2 centers open in the first phase, then the other 2 open in the second phase. So a ward coordinator will get motoka, he gets fuel, he gets bikes and they. You know, we hire both them. Where they go, we get 2 speedboats them. Where the one they move 3 hours from here to Bonn. They don't reach about Island. We get the one within a western area where they service them, Banana Island and other areas.
Okay.
They go up to Cambia. You see, so it was a very fast process. When you just go, you shut down the machine, and then you restart them. You put in the USB, you restart the machine. So it was done within 24 hours. You see?
Okay.
So that's why we say we don't solve that one. Now the first phase, go to the second phase. The first phase, we don't solve them. No nonsense.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I don't know if one of my commentator, Dr. Kamala, you get any question from the spokesman for the ECSL? I know see just coming.
Yeah, actually, good evening, Dr. Makota and the listeners, and good evening, Mr. Ray George.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't get any specific question for him, but just that I've been a little bit wonder. Most of the delays then will become if they not be done test run the machine here, they not be done forecast them problem here.
I think we not talk about that. You be not talk about some of the issues then they. So instead of we repeat again, I've been saying you've been getting a specific question. We will come to the commentary section. Well, let me ask.
No. Well, I want to ask question. I mean, regarding them. Then delays.
Okay. Hold on. I forget for say you didn't at the Skype, so I need for for switch the Skype. Doctor.
Yes.
Yeah, you know you. Hold on, let me just no hold on. Hold on, let me just try for switch the the Skype to whatever would they try for do. Speaker. All right. Talk about if we there.
Yes. Good evening, Mr. George.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Go ahead, just talk.
Yeah. How are you, sir? Well, I thank you for do the hard job na salon.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I know say we still dey behind most of the things them we would expect for say they will be easy way something and they possibly able for register online because of so many challenges. I'm not going to say problems actually, but my take here is, um, I mean, they try for ask about the delays them way being caused if it have not been done test run, but they say we don't answer that question. But in relation to that, is there any makeup for injury time, like an injury time? I mean, after the deadline is reached?
Yeah, down the back, you don't answer them already. You don't answer that question. So, but maybe as we go on, think about another questions. Because we
Mm.
don't want to repeat the same question. Okay, hold on. Let me bring up. Doctor just pop out. So hopefully it come back. I don't know what happened with your phone. Yeah. So down. George Owell says, please ask Mr. I don't know if not the first time this way. He said, please ask Mr. George, why did they divide the registration process into phases and not allocated the full month per phase? This means ECSL are robbing and disenfranchising citizens 2 weeks, and we are demanding ECSL to allow citizens to vote and for to open the process for citizens to register freely. Okay, what the time for talk about is why ECSL not just do open voters registration instead of by faces.
Okay, now make it very clear. So we get 3,630 voter registration centers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, waiting we budget for, and when we go at the real market value, you know, we come out with a strategic plan where now from 2020 to 2024, and we launched the strategic plan in 2020. And within the top budget where we will put inside the strategic plan, we will hope say sometimes things they not go up that bad one, and the economy not go so bad off because the COVID been come and it disturb the economy.
Mm-hmm.
So we will expect say where we put there will be 94 billion. So they expect say we land this to be able for every for push. But by the time we come to 2022, where at the year we day now for do the education, we find out say the economy not will allow we forget all the machines them for service every center. So that makes we decide say, okay, well, since the economy and waiting available, not work within the resources where we get. So what do? We divide the centers into two phases. Now the good thing about this is that if a ward gets 10 centers, inside the first phase, now 5 centers open within that ward. What means say if you miss for registering at the first phase within your ward, you also get another phase where 5 other centers they open within the same ward where you go able for register and
okay.
go register outside of your ward.
Okay.
So now that make we get time for the 2 phase. And the law not say 30 days. The law say the center for open for 15 days. And if you watch, we divide the centers them into 2 phases in equal proportion. If you divide 3,630 by 2, you will see we get 1,815 centers were open across the country, when a half of the total number of centers there. 15 days, 9 centers and open for in the phase. Then the second phase, we come back and also open another 1,815 centers for another 15 days. Which means that every center by law open for 15 days. So we not broke the law. The side the contention day, and the fact now that some centers and they were within 5% of centers and they within the first phase will not be open for the first 2 to 3 days because I say externalities. So area then they breeze broke, unable for cost. You will see, we get pictures them of staff them when they took the machines them and other things them for cost inside the water for go. We get side the way we motocar and go that in season. The motocar fashion inside water. We therefore go and pull the materials then they and make sure say we transport them go. Some other areas then they we attempt to go. We're not able because the palm tree bridge the way they did. We're not able for cross them. Except we come back, we get scenarios the way we start then they take bite.
Okay.
So that inside
Yeah. Okay.
let it go and make sure that we surmount the externalities then they. But these are the things that they say the commission will come back and look at those affected centers. Then if people and they will not register, will say they affect anybody will not be registered. When they will come back and open centers, and they are sure the commission will be generous enough to think of the one in the because the law covers them. The law covers enlargement of time when they will exploit. But for now, we still get some days within the second phase where we get to go about the process. The process ends on Tuesday. So people wait and see if need day. Nobody now will tell the commission say to them because the commission is subject to the control or authority of any person or institution. Them as a commission, the five commissioners they will sit down and then they will consider them. And we'll get to the public. And
Okay.
tell them, say, yes,
So Dr. Kamara been touch on something. I don't know if he gets a question now, but before he asks the question, let me just try for ask the question where he touched about this online registration. We know see a lot of people then as salon get mobile smartphones. Is there any way the ECSL, not this registration, but maybe the next time, 2028, for make them able to create this kind of um, systems wherein people then go put them basic information and send them to through their cell phones or whatever laptops and send them to ECSL. Now, when the time reach, it's kind of a verification ECSL. Therefore, do not want. For example, if I've been not registered this year, the next election, I don't know for see me information then at the registration. If I go put information, then the system they just they compare the old one and the new one and just check them out for say yes this person you don't need for come again for come verify only those way get problems that then get for call for make them come verify or something like that. Is there any plan for that?
Well, according to the laws in Salon, we notice when the law say we for updates we register at least once every 3 years. You know, we look at that and actually see how we go to do that one day once in every 3 years. Not only when we get election now we will say we can do registration because that are actually within the 2022 Public Elections Act. We look at that one day.
Okay.
And also we look at the suggestions then.
Oh. I don't know what happened, but it seems we lost Mr. Raymond George. Let me try for Brian come back. I think I don't know what happened. All right, so una continue for send una comment section. Yeah, we don't need. I hope say. I hope say.
Copy this tone. Press star followed by 9.
I hope say not to your phone don't die. Hopefully.
175 reals.
The phone they try for ring and see. Let's see what happened. Okay, we still all right. As we dey wait for yeah, okay, it is time for ring now. As we dey wait for we guest again. I just want for remind we viewers them say we the interview Mr. Raymond George we oh the same thing say number unavailable. The same problem will be happen earlier. I think say he get problem with him phone. Maybe his phone don't die or something like that. Um
Tone. Press star.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I think we lost you.
Yeah.
Um, thank you
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much. Yeah, I've been just a try for you've been just a try for explain about this online voters registration where you say the law give now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. The law give me for update the register once in every 3 years. And we in Sierra Leone, you know, say you dey register in person. But it's a suggestion where we will look at the possibility for see how we can implement them in Sierra Leone. But don't forget the technology of the here not up to that standard where we will say we can guarantee safety and the security of people not hacking into the system. But it's a good idea, and in future, probably in the next cycle, we will what do you think of that? This cycle will end in 2024. What in the next strategic plan for 2025 to 2029, probably we will think of that one.
So doctor, you get any question now?
Oh, yes, Mr. Raymond.
Oh, let me bring let me switch. Okay, I don't go ahead.
Yeah. This now one question number one I want get make you verify. In public health, we get what they call community participation, and the community can come and participate for give a good outcome health wise. We understand say many communities they may come to the aid of the ECSL in case of power failure, and they provide generators and other things. And we get for understand some disturbance been there that in Northwest. OBC, Adamalo, and Honorable Isata, then we get some type of differences. Is there anything wrong if the community want to participate for help the CECSL, and that should be denied in any form, and why?
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much for that question, Lee. Now, I can tell you, say, in the Western area, specifically at Wilberforce, Africell, they provide shelter, they provide light, they give light, where an extension and cable will pull from inside to them and connect the machine to able to work. Now, let us not also forget about the fact the law they mandate the commission not to receive gifts in any form from political parties. Now, what happened out there, they not bring account to your knowledge. It was handled because it was a scuffle between two political hands, and the matter being something that the police handled that. So we don't get much comment on the scenarios and dates, but we only know they welcome genuine community intervention like the one done by Africell and other community members. Some people and they can give you bench for your staff there for sit. Some man can give you light like how Africell do. We can welcome the one in the but this one involves some political awful and will interfere to the one in the we will for conduct elections and make sure say the people area now the primary target and part of the voter register nobody disenfranchise anybody.
All right, so let me just read some of the comments. Mustafa,
Wait a minute here, Dr. Makota. This is
oh, hold
very
on,
this is very trivial.
hold
You
on.
say
Yeah, yeah,
una no dey accept. Hello?
yeah, you just talk.
Yeah, you say una no dey accept from political partners. I mean, when something is coming from the community, it can be from any political party, just for augment or for help the process for go forward. I mean, how you go identify or disenfranchise, because any community you get all participants of all parties then they are their community. Yeah. So if a person come, it belongs to the for instance the C4C, a Kangi. I mean a goodwill.
All right,
It's a gesture of goodwill.
doctor.
Yeah.
Let me face the fact. The moment ECSL begin to do that, now we are the same people. They say, you see that man there? You see, when then ECSL so now APC member or now SLPP member. So I think they agree with the spokesman for saying when it comes to political party, they know they interfere. They say what happened with Marmalo and
It's not Maria Malo. It's not Maria Malo.
I'm
Makota,
just
it's not
talking
Maria
about.
Malo.
I
Okay,
understand.
let me take you on this. Makota. I
Oh,
mean,
hold
I
on,
don't
hold on,
want us to
hold on,
be the devil's advocate.
doctor.
Yeah.
In the area, where I
Okay.
would, I will give you chance for make you. I just want for make we all understand the reason why I say I did agree with the spokesperson is that the moment he begin bring in political parties, for example, let's say somebody come from the SLPP for can help, he take him. Then the APC they begin points finger for say you see that man hold and console. In fact, it don't even happen here. You understand? It don't happen. So for begin take them not good idea, but the toxicity waiting us alone. I think then get for stay away from any political interference or something like that. So let me make sure instead of hearing what you talk. Go ahead, doctor.
Yeah. I'll not be involved any political nomenclature here when I be there ask the question. I said community participation. What about, for instance, who say you they get some community members there, then they build a school, a hospital, or if you suspect this person and I build this hospital, now APC, you want to tell me say if you SLPP, you sick, you know they go there, or vice versa, or now SLPP
No,
man build this
doctor,
school.
I think it is time for mix them up. This is not politics. We
No,
get focus on politics.
I did not. I involve Maria Malo. Not to Maria Malo provide the machine, not to him. Now the community. This
But
is
okay, the spokesperson don't tell you say then they accept any community help. The only thing he say he want to stay with something we get for do with politics. He say they no one for mix on that. He don't really don't answer that question. I don't know if you've been listening, but
I listen.
let you answer again. Hold on, go ahead, sir.
Yes, I feel they make it very clear. Say we not the interfere. I give an example of AfriCell where they give canopy, then give power through an extension cable. Similarly, so others have been doing it in their communities. But when it comes to political arguments, the question go on outside this area we mentioned. I say we know they take part in them kind of things indeed.
Yeah.
Because we don't process for conduct election or for do registration of we target people that are the eligible voters. Political discussions, political arguments, then we know they go along with that.
I am. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go to the comments now. Mustafa Sise say ECSL no matter waiting una do SLPP they go out of power. Mark this who una to fraud ECSL. Why una no buy materials where una get fund from donors from international government. Salma she says SLPP back to power. Sierra Leone on run Sierra Leone no run off. Go register for the development. George Orwell says, Doctor, ECSL did not tell citizens that they are going to register for 2 weeks. They told us the registration is for a month, according to their press release, before the beginning of the exercise, until when they began the exercise. That was when they came up with these two this 2 week phrase. I don't know. Maybe you get for answer them, but let me just continue. Selma also say go register for the betterment of Mama Salon, Sierra Leone, no run of 2023. And he also say Paupa Mama Salon for better under the leadership of retired President Bio. And Bobo Leon B. He said ECSL had sufficient funds to register the 4 million plus eligible voters to vote. An estimate amount of £10 million was given to you by donors, which could have completed the whole process in time. But you guys decided to put some bottleneck measures that has disenfranchised many citizens. This is wrong, and you guys will be held responsible for any problem that may emerge as a result of your untrustworthiness. All right, I will stop down first. If you get any comments, now for we'll get about 10 more minutes to go with guests. We'll release some. Mr. Raymond George, you get any answer, especially about the money, the 10 million? One of the viewers say, would that be sponsor ACSL?
Yes. Now, I want to make it sure I want to thank you for the question, because this is what the children go out. Make a very clear today. Say, cent buy machines them. Donor not give it a single cent. If any donor no say yes, then give money to the electoral commission for buy machines. Then they come out and produce the evidence. But the money, that government money. We do what we call the ICB, the National Competitive Bidding. And we go for the machines there. The government of Sierra Leone, we go through the procurement process and we consider three things them once we do the evaluation of the bid. Then they will give advertise on newspapers, we advertise on internet, we advertise on the website. People will come in there and go through the bidding process, the bid. We ensure say if you are international, you forget a local partner in Sierra Leone you work with before you submit them. And we make sure that publicly, people can come, where they say that bidders there, we open the bid publicly to do, and then sign documents and date. We can do evaluation of the bid, considering one preliminary evaluation. That is a look at all compliance with the registration and basic laws in Sierra Leone, governing registration of companies, your NAFIS or NRA, everything, your compliance responsibilities by law. They also go through the technical evaluation, where they look at making at the specifications the way we ask for, and making the person in the offer to read. If you mix with the specifications then we design for. Then three, we do financial evaluation. We compare the prices of the underway compliance with the preliminary and B, the technical evaluation. And look at how we can describe price, that is financial evaluation. Based upon that, we send the documents, they go to NPPA, then they vet them, and they look at them and accept the work where the evaluation committee of the commission do, and they even put it on the website. Before we come back and award contract to the person who supply the machine. And the government money, that alone government money, no donor wants to give money to the commission for procure machines there. If donor will come in and say, okay, they will give you the machines, then we don't get anything for hide them. We will come out and publicly tell the whole world, say, this donor don't do something for we, and I will see donor visibility. The machines there, anybody can come and say, go watch them. They are brand new machines, they are brand new solar panels, they are brand new solar generators, they are brand new fingerprint scanners. And in fact, the system are specially designed, and then here the ECSL logo, the inscription of ECSL, so say yes. Now, we don't be buyer, they will put it, they will put it gladly for some of visibility. But this one is purely the government money, and the government taxpayers' money.
Okay.
So let everybody out there know the international competitive bidding and the documents that the NPP website they go beyond.
Okay.
Government not giving money for time machine.
Okay. Thank you very much for clarification on that, because it's very important. Doctor, you want to say something, but let me just complete. Okay. Let me go to the comment section again. Ibrahim Solicita say people would have been able to register online if we had a BAT database. So the ECSL database will just collect the data from the BAT database. Also, ECSL can relate with ID office. So this now a very good point where Ibrahim Sita bring up. Is it time for make with systems, and especially bats and deaths office, for make able for modernize them system, then put everything into database, so it will be easy for una when at the ECSL, because if the bats and deaths office then get a database, it's very easy. We now go able for get a reference or point where in all what you now do automatically you will not say this person it turn 18 by this time. Automatically that person they will be able for register without problem. Now in they happen in America and in other places. So is there any way we now go able to coordinate with the births and deaths office for that then go able, because now a very important office that one day. He relates to everything we get for do with social aspect of Sierra Leone. Is there any way we now go able for coordinate with them?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, what me go say as regards them we'll see that they are all over the Queen Council. It's a fine system. If you can remember, the NCRA was created by the past government. And that during the period they tried to build up the NCRA database, the present ruling government, they did at the opposition.
Yeah.
They were criticizing it.
Yep. I remember.
Now that them, because the government in a power, try now to let them push, now we get a good data, now we get a database of eligible all Sierra Leoneans by way of the civil register, then the way give the green can now, they said oppose them. So where are we? Where do we go? If we can now and say, okay, let me begin to online registration, we'll be criticized. We not go to waiting, not there within with law. Not all the electoral commission, the law them. The law, the NCI Act was passed, and a section where they talk about the electoral commission to receive information from NCIA. We will help me for the law of voter and say it's tax issue register and make a voter register. No. So they extract the details, the information. Then you want for actually there as a voter, you have to come in person and make a volunteer. It's a voluntary exercise. Can't volunteer and say, okay, now I want to make me name the voter register for this data will appear. Then you will process. But the database is there. We don't receive the information by law. When the NCRA Act give it, then we don't kind of use the constitutional power instead of the commission for due voter registration for the purpose of voting in an election, which is what we are doing now. So if you want to come and make it a the center, yes, we will make you be part of the register. But if the law again comes and says, okay, let me see that online registration process, we will work on the modalities and we will ensure we put them in place. But when one comes with the idea, just one oppose. When the side thought, always the opponent to push for so let us work within the legal framework of election law. If the law give you the money, we work within the legal framework.
Well,
we will show say
Yeah, well, I think say it is time for America we able for modernize some of them systems, yeah, and not to the ECSL no more, Bats and Deaths and other places because these are interrelated processes. You don't know without 2018 if you not get bad certificate, and even the idea for say somebody they can't enough for somebody they can't enough for can prove yes this person like an imam or something like that. I not think say a bulletproof because somebody can just say yeah this person I think say they 2018 so that's it. Come on. So bats and that's need for modernize the system, and if they modernize the system, it will be very easy for una. Yes, I know say everything have to do with laws where the laws the parliament need for modernize their own thinking. That's not the first thing. But let me go back to the comments. Okay, hold on. I think um
Let me tell you one clarification. The document that is the entire what we know that NCI don't do is the fact that they don't digitize all parts from 1806 or so. They don't design them. So that is because people go back. They will be using a copy, but they will be certified full copy. If you go back and say, I don't know that certificate, not give me a confirm. To be very honest with Sierra Leoneans and the people around where they advocate the fake birth certificate, then they come out. And that's the people they come up beat this system.
yeah.
We get birth certificates for we show to the court that somebody born 2004 will get birth certificates will be old, but they register in birth 2003. How you will register 1 year before you born? It's not possible. You see, we get copies of the birth certificates today. We get that. We get birth certificates where the signature of the registrar at that time, the registrar of birth and death, is completely different.
Okay.
We get people the way they don't print birth certificates, they get to and give a 50. What is wrong is that the institution, when they do them and tell them the birth certificate don't know, give me a copy of the birth certificate. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
But then they come for Canada. Look, I don't go to a funeral. Somebody died in an office. He died at the age of 55 years. He left 5 years. When they produced the sheet for the man, it was 65 years.
Yeah. Okay. I think Doctor get something where you want to say quickly. We don't run out of time, but Doctor, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Just for add to what Dr. Mankota say, for try for modernizing the country, and the issue of birth certificate, to me, very irrelevant when we come at the point for say pass you produce the money, because what in the statistics, the National Statistics Office therefore, and it is not only the Office of the Statistics who will be able to pull out data. We can pull data from school, hospitals, even community, the police, and the military, because even studies them, the NGOs the way they go, how they manage to say under 5 picking them now so, or there is one death. I mean, for every 8 bats na Sierra Leone. So, I mean, these are all data. And, I mean, if somebody, I mean, wait, say, pass election, then go ask for birth certificate, to me, it looks, we are playing the fool's game, because why Simo could try for modernize here? Every country, it's not necessarily for say pass, you get a passport, but you forget a national ID, which is very important. As long as you don't turn to maybe even 16, where they go, or 17, where they go forget a driver's license. These are all offices where you can pull data, where you can collate all that here. They can give a rough estimate of even the population census. I mean, because census, you get a midterm or media or, centennial or whatever whatever, 5 years or 10 years, as the case may be. So we just feel say like we try for suggest here for minimize them problems here, and Mokuno try for look like fools in front of the world. They go say, where are you guys all these years? We are not able. Well, outside the population come out where they say Sierra Leone are 7.8 or 7.2 or 8 million. Who's that figure they come out? Who's that figure they come out? So, I mean, it must have come from different data. I mean, we just try for advice. I mean, we don't know what is happening, but we get local agencies who will help not only for election purposes, but for national services and benefits, and also for studies,
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Doctor. Well, I know say we don't overstep the time. So, Mr. Raymond George, you get the last word before we let you go. Hello?
We might have lost him.
No, he did.
Oh, okay. Or maybe not the internet.
Maybe not the network.
Wi-Fi.
Mr. Raymond, will hear you. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. If yeah, we'll not hear you. You did, but we'll not hear you.
Yeah, the network look.
Okay, we hear you now. We hear you now. Go ahead. You get the last word. What you want for left give with viewers them about this process?
Well, I want to encourage everybody to support a system in Sierra Leone for the first time. We could get a register where get all the eligible people already. We get a target. We target 100% of all eligible Sierra Leoneans to let them be inside the register. And we know they listen to waiting people and they go out with, because the amount of misinformation out there is so misleading and for the country. I want to make everybody know that we get security for them in place, but let we ensure say all who does not qualify not go into this voter register, and we go assure the general population and all Sierra Leoneans and the world at large that will have a free, fair, and credible election on 24th June 2020. I pray that we get more of such engagement and we'll get the opportunity to actually come out and tell the world everything they operate at the commission, and through information we will pass them on to them as and when I make such opportunities available for it. I tell them thank you for the listening, and I will pass on whatever suggestion they make tonight to the Chief Electoral Commissioner and the commissioners for active contribution. It will come out probably within this coming week, because the commissioners they do monitoring, and they will get a meeting on Monday where they will decide which thing will be the way forward, and we will get the best content and make them known to everybody at large. Thank you very much.
Well, we just want to thank you very much for the time when you take for coming at this program. May God bless you, and be rest assured, we will call on you every time we get questions, because we own network. We know they try for begin guess that make when there is something we call the right people. If you ask your predecessor when Albert Masako, for say that's so we they do. Like what they happen on social media, they see a lot of misinformation on social media where they confuse people. Then we always go and ask. Ali, even the time when me and him they talk very frequently for make I know what thing they go on. That make anything we are put na me on network it always accurate, because I they ask the right source. So thank you very much for your time again.
Thank you. Goodbye.
All right, and that was Raymond George Way na in the spokesman for the ECSL Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone. he been talked away from Freetown. First, the first part of the program, we been get some problem for make I able reach him, but finally I able get hold of him. And I hope say the information where you don't get is very, very vital to so many people, because it's important that we know that every time people then they come and talk and say something, sometimes they don't even know what thing they go on. But when you ask the right person, you will able to get the right information. For example, this international money way and say they sponsor ECSL for the voters registration. Myself in the area, all the information and there, but today we don't can find out same the international community, according to him, he not give penny for this voters registration. Now everything get for do with the government of Sierra Leone. But let me continue with um, the comment. The comments is very, very important because that's going able help way for make you able to understand what thing they go on. Um Mata Bangura say Mata Bangura is watching from London. Well, thank you very much, Mata. Thank you again. I think I remember you in previous broadcast. Continue for good watch. If you get any comments, they are not hesitate for put your comments. Ibrahim Sori Sita say it is not a record science. I can do it for SL. Oh, I think they talk about the database. Well, my brother, I think say I don't talk about Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is kind of afraid for modernized things because me when they talk to you, mean software engineer. I don't work for uh the government in America now, yeah, for the past 21 years, and as a senior programmer, software engineer. And I know within I've been the try for help Sierra Leone for make we able modernize the system, yeah. And then do that, and then during the time of William political party where it been in a power when the APC party itself we been in a power. So these are some of the things where um the people of Sierra Leone, the government of Sierra Leone, they need for good trust the encompass Sierra Leoneans them. Because the other people that we go able come with a genuine intention for help the country is the Sierra Leonean people. So like people like you, so you don't learn how to do them thing and they. But to be honest with you, then prefer for like we will give them this information. Then prefer for take this information for go to the Chinese, then go give the Chinese for make the Chinese build them systems then the Chinese after don't build the system, then go nobody know there for maintain them systems and they. I don't hear so many complaint. For example, the police department been get something like that where the person we been building thing and they as it them pay a good sum of money. He go they're not able to forget hold of her again, and that's so the system just die out. So these are some of the things we talk about until we brothers and sisters then trust the Sierra Leoneans them. I think that's go able for promote that country there and sustain whatever technology we they try for implement as alone we able for do am. Let's go to Umu Lebi. Umu Lebi say national ID card is the key. It should be made easy to get this card in all districts and laminated. Thank you very much, Umu Lebi. I think this now the foundation. All them problems are where they happen. So whether for go bring a certificate or for go bring that, for go bring a imam or pastor for come. First of all, who's imam way go know when somebody born, where if the imam not been dead. So how you can expect the imam for cantina for say, yes, I know say this person get for reach the age of 18 years at so time. It done the all a kind of an ambiguous way of doing things. National ID is the key. And they can talk all them system, their offices are the interrelated. Whether you talk about statistics, Sierra Leone, you talk about I don't know births and deaths, you talk about the national ID office, and all them things in interrelated people. They need to get a central database. When somebody born, they register them na the births and deaths, then their information and them. The national ID office then go able for tap into their information and they for verify who that one for go take national ID for say, oh yeah, okay, this person he born so time and he age this, he easy. Very, very easy. Technology they make things very easy. But we brothers and sisters where they over there, where they na the leadership position, then they're afraid because you know why? Most of them here again for do with corruption. Because paper na something we not durable. You do the right paper today. tomorrow it don't go. That paper they don't destroy. You understand? So if you make any corruption, they if audit get for come, you're not going able to find any kind of trace. And to them, to the corrupt people, them now a way for make them able to hide that make them they afraid for bringing um modern technology where they make things then easy for we. So I agree with you. That's why you get anything for say before
Yeah, Dr. Mankota, as usual, I want for make we viewers and listeners they understand say we dey try for put a balance in the thinking of we Sierra Leoneans them. And that's why we ask the hard questions. When I go see something, even me and Dr. Makota, we agree to disagree. We they
yeah.
brainstorm, we they go out of the box. But all this now in an effort for make we do things right, and make we test rather for say there's nothing impossible. And if we not help ourselves, just like Dr. Makota say, nobody not get for help we, and we get for land and trust by we self. But the underlying factor here is let us be real. Let us be fair in our dealings with all fellow Sierra Leoneans. Because otherwise, we will come back for do what they can call damage control, where it will be of no use, and that is no progress. And I thank you all for listening.
All right, thank you very much. Now we go to Michael Coker. Michael Coker say George Orwell, ECSL was all over AYV 98.1, sensitizing the public. So please check their archive. They conducted the registration in phase because of insufficient laptops, and it was agreed to by all the political parties. You kept saying that I am power, but you are wrong. I am NGC, and objectively is a mantra, my friend. Don't be silly. All right, let's go to Bob Leon B. Mr. ESL spokesman. The fact is that your preparation for the registration process was not clearly thought through. Your personnel were not well trained to use this equipment. The tender of the procurement of the devices and other equipment was not transparent. Much of the issues that was reported came mostly from the north and northwest. It took few days for those issues to be rectified. ECHL should not use the data that was obtained from the past census because it was not an accurate representative. Now we go to George Orwell. Sorry, Michael. NGC was a breakaway from SLPP. Like I told you, ECSL was given 10 million for this exercise. The excuse of limited resources is just fake and gimmick to cover up, my friend. Gustavo Canu say, it's not the key. They are interrelated but have different function. Okay, some function. Okay. Gustavo, I don't know who they refer because it seems like you are responding to something, but it's a little bit incomplete or ambiguous. So you were able for quickly tell me what they refer to. All right, Michael Coker say, George Orwell. Well, if you believe ESL misappropriated the 10 million, it is unfortunate because there hasn't been an audit to confirm your theory. The pot is calling the kettle black. APC has PhD in theft and corruption, my brother. About this Alex in George versus Michael. So I think we don't exhaust all the comments so far. We them bring first of all, I just want to thank we guest today when Mr. Raymond George Wayne and the spokesman for electoral commission of Sierra Leone. We can talk to you about so many things. And they just the praising like where he talks say by Monday, then get for sit down and determine whether for extend the voters registration because of the technicalities we happen earlier in the process. And they pray God for say make them come up with that decision for say yes, indeed, at least a week is okay. We go able for take so that people then go able the one the way not be able to get the time for register, then go able to register. That's all we dey pray God for. And we want to thank him very much for kind of the program for kind explain to we because it's very, very difficult sometimes for get the truth. You know, it's very difficult. Doctor, your last word.
Well, I mean, do you adjust the appeal to we all Sierra Leoneans them? Make we be patient and make we avoid provocations. We go lead we to any altercations them. I mean, my neighbor, na my childhood friend, or na my neighbor at work, or na my neighbor where I not be ever savvy, but over the years we don't interrelate. Make politics not can make we they behave like say we na enemies them. As long as we na Australians them, we get for meet na the same podium of the church or the member of the mosque or the football field na stadium. Then we come out there, we go back to we homes them in peace. So make we all try for live in peace. Yeah, na me word that no more.
And at the same time, I just want to thank Una very much for this wonderful discussion. As Una all know, we always encourage people them, the viewers them, for make them be part of the broadcast because it make it more interesting when you they get information or feedback from the people them. And I believe say Una self appreciate this method of broadcasting what they do because una not to dominate them for saying just they can't sit down and they listen to the nonsense what they talk. We are not get no way for come back and tell you say, hey, what you talk are wrong or right. So this now a very good method. I hope saying una appreciate that and una continue for share the channel for other people that would not know about this channel because this channel is very, very educative for a lot of folks them, especially now that social media is becoming a toxic environment. Only people that way smart enough now they're able for decipher between falsehood versus truthfulness na social media. Somebody they come out and tell you something. If you don't get that intelligence for make you able to filter through, you will just go with that. And sometimes it go bring a lot of problem. Let me just Indolo say the behavior of this government makes us don't like the way some of you, the people that hold those positions are. Well, I don't know what thing you mean because we believe say they talk about the people that's alone, not to we within this program specifically, right? So I just want to make know that say we don't hold no position any governments during the time of the APC party, we now we own party, and this SLPP party, we always stand for help the Sierra Leone and they understand what are the implication of certain behaviors then we they put out on social media and it's very, very important. Salona, all they talk always now a small country, 27,000 square kilometers, square miles. The entire country is 27,000 square miles. Just imagine a small piece of land. If you will not treasure that small land there and try to make a paradise like where we get Dubai, I think they get about probably a little bit over 1 million people. Most of the people that within Dubai actually are foreigners. That they go for go work or something like that. Very, very small place. But look the way that they enjoy today. Now a beacon na the Middle East. Sierra Leone could also be a beacon in West Africa. But it not gonna happen if we not able to come together. We put all the selfishness, the greed, all the political bickering we will get now with country, and say, you know what, that country, that small piece of land is bigger and more important than anything else. So let's focus on that. Okay. So I thank you very much. I know say people are still arguing between Michael and George. Still they argue. I think this is not the first time. It's Umulebi. Yes, I think saying not the first time is um it's my first time here. Just stumble upon this and for the first time I can tell if you moderators are from this party or that party. I like that. Oh, I can't tell now the type of talk. I like that. We are Sierra Leoneans and should all work for its progress. Thank you. Continue the good work listening from Ohio. Thank you very much, Lebby. Every Saturday, 3 o'clock Eastern Time. When the time changed to 2 hours, not 2 o'clock, but right now, at 3 o'clock every Saturday. If you come in, just bookmark this, or we get a website when tpnradio.com. You go also able for listening or watch there. We get a radio we actually the broadcast outside. In fact, we get 5 FM station where they link to we every Saturday. That's alone. So continue and also share the link. Okay, Doctor. Thank you very much for participate on this wonderful discussion with the the spokesman for ECSL. All right, we'll go see you now back the same time, the same place next week, Saturday, 3 p.m., 12 p.m. Pacific time. All right, bye.
Thank you.